You're watching the Sports and Political channel of LB. If you're not a subscriber to this channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and share these videos on your social media platforms. Let's get down to business. So, once again, the Biden administration is using the death of Emmett Till for their own personal agenda or political agenda, should I say. Now, last year, they signed a bill for the Emmitt Till Anti-Lynching Act, right? And yet they failed to go after the woman who was responsible for Emmitt Till being lynched and murdered. They allowed that woman, Carolyn Bryant, to die peacefully wherever she was. And this was even after they found the warrant to arrest her. And now we're going to sign a bill for a monument. Let's get to this article. Coming from The Guardian, Joe Biden is expected to sign a proclamation to establish a national monument honoring Emmitt Till, the black teenager who was abducted, tortured, and lynched in Mississippi in 1955 after he was accused of whistling at a white woman to help galvanize the civil rights movement. A White House spokesperson told the Associated Press that Biden will sign the proclamation bill on Tuesday, which falls on Emmitt Till's birthday, July 25th, 1941, to create national monuments to the slain 14-year-old and his mother, Mamie Till Mobley, across 3 sites in Illinois and Mississippi. Yeah, just give these white supremacists and these racists out here an avenue to piss and shit and desecrate the damn monument, will you? 3 monuments will tell the story of Till's life from his birth in Chicago, Illinois, to his death in Mississippi, as well as his mother's activism and the acquittal of the man accused of his murder. Till's mother insisted on an open casket to show the world how her son had been brutalized, and Jets magazine's decision to publish photos of his mutilated body helped galvanize the civil rights movement. Biden's decision comes at a fraught time in the United States over matters concerning race. Conservative leaders are pushing against the teachings of slavery and Black history in public schools, as well as the incorporation of diversity, equity, and inclusion programs across college classrooms to corporate boardrooms. Friday, Vice President Kamala Harris criticized the revised Black history curriculum in Florida that includes teaching that enslaved people benefited from the skills they learned at the hands of the people who denied them freedom. The Florida Board of Education approved the curriculum to satisfy legislation signed by Governor Ron DeSantis, a Republican presidential candidate who has accused public schools of liberal indoctrination. Yeah, see, that's projection. That's projection. That's projection by Ron DeSantis. But this is my thing, right? And see, this is yet another example of how white supremacists try to take both sides of the argument or try to take all sides of the equation. Y'all can sit up there and provide all this symbolic gesture, whether it be a monument or a face on a coin or a statue or a legislation nothing burger bill. And we can talk about how these situations were heinous and they were reprehensible and that we need to acknowledge that truth, but yet you won't compensate us for that truth. Because when we push the idea for reparations, when we demand that we be compensated for that atrocities, and there's many, many atrocities that the black community and foundational black Americans has suffered because of these racists and white supremacists. Those demands get ignored. Because see, Kamala Harris can take her ass down to Florida and be all mad about, oh, what, why are they trying to revise history? And yet she'll take that same history and spit in our face when we demand reparations. So no, Kamala Harris, what you're doing ain't acceptable. It's not acceptable. What Biden is doing ain't acceptable neither. If anything, it's ridiculous and it's disgusting. And these symbolic gestures that y'all continue to prop in our face while spitting our face at the same time is so maddening. It's so mind-numbing. Because we didn't ask for this. We didn't ask for no goddamn monument. We didn't ask for that. We asked to be compensated. So I don't need no bootlicking, democratic, grimace-looking shill like Roland Martin running on TV or on this YouTube channel in this fucking broom closet talking shit. I don't need old nigga Jim Clyburn holding an impromptu fish fry down in Columbia, South Carolina. I don't need no other frontmen that the mainstream media go prop up or BS NBC talking shit. And they sitting up here talking about, oh, reparations is a divisive topic. You know what's divisive? I can name 3 things right off the bat. Ain't even got to think about it, about what's divisive. When you talk about political affiliations, religious denominations, hell, we could go all the way down to the sports teams or the college teams. So, hey, whenever Michigan plays Ohio State in college football, right? Whenever that game arrives, look how that gets divisive. When the New York Giants play the Philadelphia Eagles and the two rival fan bases are fighting in the goddamn stadium, you would think that's divisive? But yet, reparations is a divisive topic. Get y'all ass out of here. Get your ass out of here. Nobody asks for no goddamn monument. We got enough of those. Why? So these white supremacists can run around here, piss on it, shit on it, desecrate it. Hell, I wouldn't be surprised if them Confederate good old boys is going to take some chains and wrap that monument around their goddamn Chevy 4x4 and try to tear that motherfucker down the first chance they get. So once again, we get fed nothing burgers and act like y'all, quote unquote, did something. And if you don't vote for us, then the Republicans are going to take over, and you're really not going to get what you want. Okay, so we ain't getting what we want now. So what the fuck's the difference? What's the difference? Don't piss on me and tell me it's raining. Because see, what y'all doing right now is gaslighting. This is gaslighting. Y'all just do it in a more subtle way. The Republicans, they'll just come right out with it. Democrats, they'll gaslight in a more subtle way. This is a spit in the face of foundational black Americans. I'm sorry, 3 sites in 2 states. 3 sites, not 2. Not 2 sites in 3 states, 3 sites in 2 states. You cannot tell me there ain't no program at work. The Republicans come out, do some more fascist shit, be all blatantly disrespectful and all that. And here comes the Democrats. See, this is what we're talking about. See, this is the threat that's in stake for our democracy if the Republicans take over. See, they're trying to revise history in the schools, and yet you motherfuckers won't compensate us for that. For that, and just know the Democrats are just as bad, if not worse, than the Republicans back then when it came to slavery and the protections that these white supremacists got, all in the meanwhile denying the black folks the freedoms and the compensation necessary. Because, see, if you don't combat white supremacy, you support it. If you're not willing to go all the way with it, then I don't need no front men, no front women, no matter what title you hold, whether it be vice president or bathroom attendant. If you're not willing to go all the way with it, then don't call yourself speaking on it. Because, see, we're taking this thing all the way. And I do mean all the way. You don't get to get all mad and all boisterous and loud and obnoxious about the atrocities being revised history. And then when we demand reparations, you turn a blind eye, you turn your nose up and ignore us like we ain't there. Once again, don't piss on me and tell me it's raining outside. The monument to Till and his mama will include 3 sites in 2 states, which is Illinois and Mississippi. The Illinois site is Roberts Temple Church of God in Christ in Bronzeville, a historically black neighborhood on Chicago's South Side. Thousands of people gathered at the church to mourn Emmitt Till in September of 1955. The Mississippi locations are Grabo Landing, believed to be where Till mutilated body was pulled from the Tallahatchie River, and the Tallahatchie County 2nd District Courthouse in Sumner, Mississippi, where Till's killers were tried and acquitted by an all-white jury. Till's visiting relatives in Mississippi, or Till was visiting relatives in Mississippi when Carolyn Bryant Donham said the 14-year-old whistled and made sexual advances at her while she worked in a store in the small community of Money. Till was later abducted and his body eventually pulled from the Tallahatchie River, where he had been tossed after he was shot and weighed down with a cotton gin fan. 2 white men, Roy Bryant and his half-brother J.W. Malam, were tried on murder charges about a month after Till was killed, but then an all-white Mississippi jury acquitted them. Months later, they confessed to killing Till in a paid interview with Look magazine. Bryant was married to Donham in 1955. Her ass died earlier this year. The monument will be the 4th Biden has created since taking office in 2021 and just his latest tribute to the younger Till. For Black History Month, Biden hosted a screening of the movie Till, a drama about his lynching. In March 2022, Biden signed the Emmitt Till Anti-Lynching Act into law. Congress had first considered such legislation more than 120 years ago. The Justice Department, the DOJ, announced in December 2021 that it was closing its investigation into Till's killing. And guess who is part of who leads that investigation, right? Guess who leads the investigation of that shit? Guessed it. Y'all guess who leads the investigation into that in that Pacific case? Don't worry, I'm gonna pull up her name for you. Don't worry, I'm gonna pull up her name for you. I'm gonna do the legwork for you. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. I got my name for you. Hey, LB. Hey, LB. I got your info right here. Got you right here. LB. What's up, y'all? Reef, Kevin Wedderburn. Salute to all y'all in the building. Now, I'm about to give y'all some game for free 99. Now, guess who is the woman who was in charge of that investigation? This woman right here, Kristen Clark. Yeah, this is the woman during the Ahmaud Arbery trial. She tried to cut some backdoor deal in the oil field in the middle of the night while people were sleeping and nobody was watching. Yeah, she tried to get Travis and Gregory and Michael nice little deal so that way their prison stay won't be as rough. Because see, Ahmaud Arbery's mama wanted them doing time in the stick prison. And had the Arbery family not been vigilant, they would have gotten just that. But yeah, this is the woman who was responsible for no charges being filed against Carolyn Bryant Donham. Right? See, not a whole lot of people know that. Not a whole lot of people know that this woman here was behind the scenes doing the work of Merrick Garland and Joe Biden. Mm-hmm. This the she-devil right here, Kristen Clark. So once again, I don't support this. I ain't asked for this. And truth be told, I didn't even want this. I want reparations. I want qualified immunity to end. I don't give a fuck about voting rights. I don't give a fuck about all this bullshit that's being propped up in the mainstream media by people on BS NBC. You get some lady I ain't never even heard of in my whole fucking life on TV, and all of a sudden now I'm supposed to just take what the fuck she said. Get your ass out of here. Yeah, get your ass out of here. Ain't no way I'm gonna listen to some woman who's being propped up. I never heard this woman a day in my life, and all of a sudden I'm supposed to take just because she's on TV. Get your ass out of here. The truth of the matter is the Democrats ain't planning on doing nothing. The Democrats are running the same goddamn playbook they've been running all these years. Hey, let's just give the black community some symbolic gestures, ignore all the other demands that they're asking for, and then, let's have a get out the vote. Get out the vote effort. Let's just have a get out the vote effort. We have all these bootlicker shells and all their handlers and all these people who are not aware of the scheme that's being played on them. Let's get them to get out there and get the vote, because this is the most important election of our lifetime. How many fucking times y'all gonna say that every goddamn election cycle? How many fucking times I'm gonna hear the same shit over and over again? Knowing good and goddamn well y'all not gonna do nothing. And then have the audacity to have some front men some front woman, some bootlicking shill coming in our faces telling us that we didn't do enough. And then you got that flying vulture, James Cargill. Well, I don't. That old motherfucker. Hey, James Cargill. If you just so happen to be listening to my video, you fucking flying vulture, just know you are a horrible political strategist. I wouldn't ask you to give me strategy on how to navigate my ass out of Louisiana to avoid a goddamn alligator, much less have you give me any kind of political strategy, you dumb fuck. Now, if I'm just happen to be edgy, if I'm happen to be this guy that is, oh man, you just out here crying for no reason. Well, I don't give a fuck what you think. I don't give a fuck what you think, because I'm going to say what I got to say on my YouTube channel. If you don't like it, well, don't let the door hit you on the ass on the way out, because I'm going to say what I got to say. And there's two things you can do about it. Absolutely nothing and like it. The fact of the matter is, these clown games got to stop. And I'm not down with that. I'm not down with no more symbolic gestures. I'm not down with that. Pay us what we fucking owe. And reparations is a debt owed. It is not no handout. It is not this, all these other stupid ass white supremacist talking points that either people on the left or you got dimwits on the right. Because when you got people like Candace Owens and Jason Whitlock and that other literal dick sucking individual and Jesse Lee Peterson sitting up there talking about we don't deserve reparations, and then you got Larry Elder, who's been a long-standing opponent of reparations, running his mouth. Because see, this is both sides of the aisle that's saying this stuff. So I don't hear nobody like C.J. Pearson or a Larry Elder or anybody of their ilk running their mouth talking shit about, oh, the left is doing this and the left is doing that. When they can't even tell you not one individual that supports reparations. Not one. They can't even tell you not one person that's on the left that supports reparations. But they'll sit up there and project this idea that, oh, the people on the left, man, they want to make sure them people in them low income areas want compensation. That's bullshit. That's why you get idiots like Tommy Tuberville running his fucking mouth. Nobody asked for this. Who asked for that? Huh? Who in the Emmitt family asked for this? Because we in the black community sure as hell didn't ask for this. Who asked for this? This is a nothing burger. This is a distraction. And if you support what I'm trying to do, that's my Cash App, that's my PayPal. Any and all donations are accepted and appreciated. Because this is exactly what it is. This is a nothing burger. This is not more than a symbolic gesture to distract us, right? To, hey, look, see, the Democrats are doing some work. The Democrats are really on our side. No, they're not. That's why we got to get rid of these old individuals like Jim Clyburn that's poisoning the youth. If anything, he's carrying on the white supremacist ideology down to the youth. He's poisoning these people down in South Carolina. That's why you got to get rid of the old guard. Because the truth of the matter is, they ain't trying to do nothing. They're trying to keep everything the status quo. whether it be them clowns in the NAACP, right? I talked about that one preacher who was supposed to be on the board for reparations out in California, instead of going to the meetings and be a proponent for the idea of reparations and people getting what they owed. He's sitting up here talking about, well, I got better things to do. I'm going to go meet with Kamala Harris down in Africa. And I'm going to go on CNN and trash a bill that I wrote. That's what that preacher did, that NAACP bootlick out in California did. And then out in Oklahoma, out in Tulsa, Oklahoma recently, you got that white supremacist judge not only throw out the reparations, not only throw out the reparations that they deserve down in Oklahoma, she labeled it as just cause, and now, because of that illegal ruling, they can't challenge the ruling by that white supremacist judge out in Oklahoma. But yet we're going to get an Emmitt Till monument in 2 states and 3 locations as a consolation prize. Well, you know what? You can take that consolation prize and stick it up your ass, because we don't care. We don't want it. We ain't asked for it. We don't want it. Like I said for the 3rd time on this stream, don't piss on me and tell me it's raining. Now, if you're not subscribing to this channel, because I give it a real over here. I ain't got time to cut corners. I ain't got time to sit up here and pander to some base. I ain't got time for that shit. You either rock with me or you don't. I don't want nobody trying to play both sides around me. You either fuck with me or you don't fuck with me. If you don't fuck with me, stay away from me. Stay real far away from me if you don't fuck with me. But if you with me 100% of the way. Because I ain't got time for this shit. I don't got the patience for this shit. I don't got patience for nobody that's going to sit up there and play both sides and go, ho-hum, I don't know and I don't understand and all this shit, and I need more information. Fuck out of here. I don't got time for you. I don't want you. If you want the real, if you want the person that's going to cut that's going to cut the chase, that's going to cut the bullshit, that's going to cut to the chase, this is where you need to be at. This is where you need to be at. If you want the real, uncut, unadulterated truth, no matter how someone feels about it, because last time I checked, the truth don't give a fuck about your feelings. That's the problem we got in this motherfucker, man. We got too many people out here letting their feelings, letting their emotions get the best of what is of the situation out here. Fuck your feelings. Nobody give a fuck about your feelings. The truth need to be told. Period. And the truth need to be compensated. Period. These feckless Democrats out here, they'd rather lose elections than to give us what we want. And this is not it. I guess they're playing the odds to see how much longer they can milk this Emmitt Till thing for all it's worth. Yeah, let's see how much we can milk this thing for all it's worth. See, we got a lynching bill, and then we gonna play a movie at the White House with his name on it, and then we're gonna put a monument in 2 different states and 3 different locations. Let's how much see we can stretch this thing out. The fuck out of here. Last but definitely not least, shouts out to the Mighty Lions Den basketball community. This your man. Scream at me. Hurt!